Nigeria continues to face huge security challenges with increasing inflow of small arms and light weapons in the country. This has rendered crime fighting more difficult and more expensive. Has the call on the military to aid civil authority to deal with crime yielded any effort? Lionel Rawlins, coordinator AUN Security, looked at Nigeria's internal security and its challenges. Let's hear him.
I believe they'll find them sooner or later, maybe sooner rather than later. At least that's what everyone is hoping for. But with that many girls, that many prisoners, that many captives, something will go wrong sooner or later. Either somebody's going to escape or somebody's going to see the movements, and that is going to indicate to the security forces where to go and how to move in. I would believe that they're actively searching and looking because it is the best thing to do. I would refuse to believe that they will be sitting back doing nothing. Because the world is watching, by the way, and the world is watching to see what the country is doing, what the government is doing, and what the security forces are doing. So, but I will say if it was 2 or 3 people, I hope would not be so good. But with over 200 young women, there's something will go wrong somewhere.
But as a security expert, if someone tells you, you know, an abducted person was able to escape, you know, to be reunited with the parents or wherever it is that the person has kept to, what will you capitalize on? Well,
you have to take that person away from the parents for the time being, no matter how old that person is or young, and that person has to undergo some real serious questioning. You have to ask him so many different questions. The sounds, what sounds were you hearing when you were captured? What smells were you hearing? What was the scent? Did you hear an engine going by? Did you hear planes? Did you smell food cooking? Did you hear chattering? Did you hear different languages? What was the language you were hearing? You have to take those people and ask them the same questions over and over and over and over again. Because you have to, by receiving all that information, you're piecing the location or the possible locations together. For example, if she said, I heard a train going by, you know they're not up in the mountains. They had to have been somewhere else, in a warehouse perhaps, in a big city somewhere. These are the kind of things, and there will be some serious interrogation of that person.
But let me have you react to the fact that the president said well over 40 girls had returned back home. Now, if we have well over 40 girls that have escaped and returned back home, if you put this together and you gather information from these people, these girls that have returned back home, how quick would this help in fighting this problem that we have at hand?
Well, it will help if they do it properly. Now, the girls could have been blindfolded and would have been blindfolded and then dropped off at some place if they were let go, because who knows, maybe they were intentionally let go for different reasons. Maybe the people who abducted them could say, okay, I'm going to let you go back into your community, go back home, but this is what I want you to do for me. Who knows? That could have been very well a reason why some of them would have escaped. If it just seems impossible to escape and end up right back home, unless they went into somebody's house, somebody took them somewhere else. Because if depending on where they are, if they were to have escaped, they would have went looking for them.
All right.
But let's say that they did escape on their own volition, and they ran away. They still would have been able to provide information to the government that would enable the forces to go and look for those girls.
All right, let's believe that information are not coming out for now. But let's look at the place of fear and intimidation on the parts of the girls, even the parents. Now, to what extent would that really stop us from getting information that would help or lead in getting the perpetrators?
Very good question. Fear will make people freeze up and not say anything. It's one of the things that why the security forces are having such a difficult time in Nigeria, trying to fight the insurgency and crime, because nobody wants to say anything because of fear. The fear that if they were to say something, that either they're going to die or their family member is going to die. They believe very fearfully that something bad is going to happen, so no one says anything. So if that is what's going on with normal, average people who are afraid because of the fear to say anything, can you imagine if you were captured, held in captivity for a few weeks,